I'm going to tell you what the most underrated benefit of having a professional realtor represent you in a real estate transaction is. There's a lot of things that people talk about in terms of whether it's worth it or not worth it, or what the benefits are that a real estate agent does for their clients. But here's the number one most underrated benefit for having a professional real estate agent represent you in a real estate transaction. Real estate agents create an arm's length transaction. That's it. Real estate agents create an arm's length transaction. And why is that important? Because you're not qualified to negotiate for yourself. Even smart real estate professionals hire other real estate professionals to negotiate for them because it takes their personality out of the transaction and allows them to negotiate a better deal for whether they're a buyer or a seller. Real estate agents that are skilled and know how to negotiate get the best deals for their clients. In some cases, they're the difference of whether or not a client actually gets a property or not, frankly. Because when behavior or personalities come into play, people start making personal decisions. Somebody might decide that I don't want to give my house to that person because I don't like them. I didn't like the way they treated me. I didn't like the questions they asked. I didn't like their arrogance. I didn't like their sense of entitlement. People are looking for all kinds of reasons to gain the upper hand in negotiating. And when real estate agents are involved, they don't allow their client to become a pawn in the negotiation. They get to represent the terms and the price that their client wants, and they get to say it in a way that achieves the result that their client wants. There are lots of times when a client will say, you go tell that person that I said this is the last thing that we're going to do, we're done, and if they don't like it, they can go shove it. Well, a smart real estate agent's going to say, okay, that's exactly what I'm going to tell them. And they may deliver that message on some level, but they're not going to deliver that message the way their client said to do it, because they know it's only going to work against them in what they want to accomplish in negotiating for the house that they want to negotiate for. So it's an arm's length transaction. It's saving clients from themselves. That is the greatest benefit, I believe, of having a professional real estate agent represent you in a real estate transaction. Your personality, your emotional ties to whether you win or lose will always work against you. If you are super nice, and we have clients all the time as realtors that they're so nice, they're nice to their own detriment. They would give the shirt off their back to not have someone feel bad. Those people are not great negotiators for what they want. And a great real estate agent will not allow them to accept something they shouldn't to get what they want. They will always encourage and enable their client to negotiate at a very high level to get what they want, regardless of their personality deficiencies for negotiating real estate deals. On the other hand, we've got clients who are jerks. We've got clients who aren't overly likable when it comes to real estate or life in general, and it just that behavior profile can work against them when it comes time to negotiate for a transaction that they want to have in real estate. And a professional real estate agent who's skilled at negotiating and skilled at handling people with diplomacy can take a difficult client and present them in a non-difficult and cooperative way so that their difficult client gets what they want at the price and terms they want, but keeps their personality and their behavior out of the mix so that they can win. So there you have it. It's an arm's length transaction. That's what I think is the most underrated value of having a professional real estate agent represent you in a real estate transaction. There are lots of other benefits that somebody brings to the table professionally, but this is one that people don't talk about enough, in my opinion, and it is a huge difference maker as to whether a buyer or a seller gets what they want with a smile on their face at the end of the day. And that's a proper, skilled real estate professional taking them out of the mix, negotiating at a very high professional level on their client's behalf, but taking their personality out of the negotiation equation. And I think all of that is super important. And I don't think people talk about that enough, but it is critically important, and it is a critically important part of the process when you're trying to buy or sell real estate. And one of the biggest reasons why a professional real estate agent will be the difference maker in the experience that you have and achieve.